木耳，其他人呢？
大个子和龙象怎么不见了？
我都有眼，给我死来！
正好拿你这家伙练手。
来得好！
教主，起身来送你上路。
Chinmu shook his head, set down his luggage, and calmly plucked a few leaves from the herb garden outside the village. He dropped them into the pots before Apothecary's door, where the starving insects immediately swarmed and devoured them. Entering the room, he crushed several spirit pills and scattered the powder into other pots before washing his hands to prepare dinner. Duty and Devil King followed behind his gaze, sweeping over the broken pots, the water cauldron by the smithy, the rake, and the scattered objects. Each seemed ordinary yet carried an inexplicable aura. His heart trembled. Lord Devil King, stop wandering. You have more arms, come help cook. As the last rays of sunlight vanished, darkness surged from the west like a vast tide, swallowing mountains and drowning the great ruins. Chinmu paid it no mind, calmly serving dishes in his apron. Duty and Devil King, seeing such a sight for the first time, stood frozen in silence. Just as the darkness reached the village, a lean elder arrived with a book basket. The tide of darkness split and flowed around disabled elderly village. Grandpa Deaf. Chinma hurried forward in delight. Def's clothes were worn and tattered. He set down his basket and asked simply, "Is there food?" "I've been starving." Chinmu quickly prepared a bowl. Def devoured 4 or 5 bowls in succession before pausing. When asked where he had been, Def muttered eternal peace. Went to find Mute. Failed. Spent all my money, had to sell paintings. His expression turned sour. People nowadays have degenerated. Not a single painting sold. If not for old woman C giving me some money, though she mocked me endlessly, I'd have starved. Don't tell Apothecary. He'll laugh. Duty and Devil King stared incredulous. Such an expert reduced to this. Chinma smiled wryly. In troubled times, who buys paintings? Next time, sell them to the Imperial Preceptor's manor. Def shook his head. I killed thousands of their soldiers. He'd capture me. I can't beat him. Then sell them to me at Imperial College, Chinmu said. I'll buy them all. I burned them, Def replied indifferently. Chinmu felt a pang of regret. After reading the notes left by the others, Def frowned at the handwriting. I'll rest tonight and find them tomorrow. Only then did he notice Duty and Devil King. I am the ruler of Duty and the Devil King declared proudly. He's ugly, Def said flatly, turning away to sleep. I am the Lord Devil King. The other roared. Chinma said gently, Grandpa Def can't hear. He just heard you. Sometimes he can, sometimes he can't. The Devil King fell silent in frustration. That night, Chinmu warned, don't wander into the darkness. It's dangerous. Then he went to sleep. Duty and Devil King's thoughts stirred. This was his chance. If he entered the darkness, he could escape and summon his true body. He crept to the village entrance. The stone statues cast faint light, but beyond it lay absolute blackness. He stretched a finger into it. There came a soft nibbling sound. When he withdrew his hand, his finger was gone. His heart shook. He spoke into the void in devil language. Who is in the darkness? Silence. Then a sinister reply echoed back. Who are you? Before he could respond, a voice sounded behind him. What are you doing? Def had appeared without a sound. The Devil King's heart tightened. Def yawned, raised his brush, and wrote a single word fix upon him. Instantly, Duty and Devil King froze, unable to move or speak. By morning, Chinmu was already preparing breakfast. The dragon Killin brought a basin and sat obediently waiting for food. After eating, Def said, Mua, I'll go find the others for New Year. You and your big dog stay here. I'm not a big dog, the dragon Killin muttered, chewing spirit pills. Def didn't hear. He walked out, painted a dragon in the air, and rode it into the sky. At the village entrance, Duty and Devil King still stood motionless. Chinmu glanced at him, smiled faintly, and softly spoke in devil language. Who are you? The Devil King's heart trembled. Chinmu left the dragon Killin to guard the village and headed toward Doom Suppression Palace. Before long, a voice called out, Amitabha, Heavenly Devil Cult Master, what fortune to meet you here. A ragged monk appeared. Chinma recognized him, the monk from Eternal Peace, who had once attacked his treasure ship. What is your name, monk? Chinma asked calmly. Little monk is Banshee. Banshee looked to the sky, tears falling as he sighed. My Buddha of compassion, my merits shall now be fulfilled. Heavenly Devil Cult Master, you have committed great evil. Allow me to send you on your way. Chinmu's expression remained steady. You claim I've done evil. Name one so I may die without regret. Ban Chi's aura surged radiant with killing intent. You are the heavenly devil cult master. That alone is the greatest evil. If there is another life, be a good person. Monk Ban Chi's body blazed with Buddhic light as he roared, Vajra unbeatable. His flesh swelled to towering size muscles knotted like forged iron, while the 9-ringed monk staff behind him expanded like a radiant sun, crowning a colossal Buddha form. This Vajra unbeatable technique was a path of corporeal cultivation where flesh and spirit were tempered together. Prayer beads stored evil thoughts refined through chanting, while the monk staff held hidden spells released in battle as sudden treacherous strikes. Chinmo had seen its might before. In Vajrayaksa form, Ban Chi's body could endure the junior protector sword and wield strength enough to press down a treasure ship. Without hesitation, Chinmu activated the Overlord Body 3 elixir technique. Golden light descended from the heavens, reshaping him into a divine form. Tiger claws and fur, twin dragons beneath his feet, a bronze battle axe condensed from gold ki in his grasp. A golden snake coiled at his ear, breathing ki in steady rhythm. This was the Venus sovereign form mastery over all metal ki. Monk Ban Chi sneered, truly the spell of devils. His staff descended like a falling sun. Their weapons met with a thunderous clash. Chinmu was forced back, the shock rippling through his body. The twin dragons surged forward, binding Ban Chi's legs, but the monk shattered them with a stomp. The 9 rings flew free, striking Chinmu repeatedly, sparks bursting as he was driven back across the ground. Ban Chi advanced relentlessly. His staff fell again and again, smashing Chinmu into retreat until a final blow hurled him hundreds of yards, tearing through the forest. Mount Meru Mudra. A vast palm descended. The earth caved in, forming a massive handprint as the phantom of Mount Meru pressed down, scriptures swirling. Amitabha Ban Chi murmured, landing calmly, "The demon has been subdued." Yet before he could chant, the ground split apart. Spikes of gold ki erupted upward. His staff swept them aside. But the collapsing Mount Meru condensed into a single sword of gold light that pierced his chest with a sharp clang. Pain flickered across his face. Prayer beads trembled, releasing waves of scripture that wrapped the blade, halting it. In that instant, Chinmu surged forward again, now in the form of Water Marquis, red-haired and snake-bodied, trident in hand. A towering wave rose and crashed down as his strike descended. Ban Chi raised his arm to block, but the force overwhelmed him, slamming him into the earth. Before he could recover, Chinmu transformed again, bull-headed fire dragons beneath his feet, a third eye blazing. A beam of light sliced through Ban Chi's defense, severing 2 fingers. Alarm stirred in the monk's heart. He swung his staff like a mountain while forming mudras with his free hand. Chinmu answered in the form of Mars Sovereign, drawing forth a fire bottle gourd. Flames roared out, heating the monk staff until molten gold dripped from it. Ban Chi's expression tightened. His spirit weapon could not withstand this fire, yet he pressed forward regardless. The clash shattered the gourd and dragons alike. Ban Chi struck again with Mount Meru Mudra, but Chinmu had already shifted, now a winged wood marquee. Rising into the air, a willow whip descended soft as silk, coiling around Ban Chi's arm before tightening into a massive tree that bound his entire body. Green ki flowed from twin dragons into his nostrils. 6 senses be sealed. Ban Chi sealed himself, purging the invasion. His prayer beads burst, releasing stored evil thoughts back into his body. His form swelled once more, shattering the willow tree as he roared, "When Grandpa Buddha is angered, even the heavens must yield." Chinmu advanced again, human-headed, snake-bodied, the gate of heaven influence manifesting behind him. Twin pigs slaughtering knives flashed as he struck. The forest trembled under their exchange. Blade met staff, sparks and Buddhic light scattering in all directions. Neither yielded. Then both weapons shattered under the strain. Ban Chi's fists fell like mountains. Chinmu answered with thunderclap, 8 strikes, lightning wrapping his body as he met force with force. Amid the clash, the junior protector sword shot forth like a streak of light, piercing the radiant sun behind Ban Chi's head. For a breath, Ban Chi faltered. Chinmu's fist followed, blazing like sunlight, refining the soul. The sword pierced through, and the Vajra unbeatable technique collapsed. Ban Chi's towering body shrank. Chinmu pressed forward, fists raining down like a storm. Fear finally surfaced in Ban Chi's eyes. He turned and fled, leaping into the sky, vanishing miles away in moments. Chinmu watched silently. Far ahead, Ban Chi slowed lotus blooming beneath his feet. He has many tricks, he muttered, but his speed. A thunderous boom cut him off. He turned and saw Chinmu already upon him, moving faster than sight. The fist struck. His face collapsed inward as the power of the 9 dragons erupted. Blood scattered across the sky, green dragon phantoms tearing through the air. His headless body fell. Chinmu withdrew his hand, calm as before. "Dumb monk," he said softly. "I could let you run 10 miles first." Chinmu descended, drawing in a sharp breath as pain spread through his limbs. Monk Ban Chi's Vajra, unbeatable technique, had made his body nearly indestructible. Divine arts and spirit weapons alike had struggled to harm him. Even in victory, Chinmu's flesh had been torn open, his ribs broken, his back soaked in blood. 6 directions realm, not to be taken lightly, he muttered, pressing a swelling on his head. Circulating the overlord body. 3 elixir technique, he steadied his blood and ki. The injuries were heavy but not fatal. He reattached his ribs with calm precision, then turned and left the monk's corpse where it fell. Such things in great ruins were quickly claimed by beasts, leaving little behind. Returning to the village, he quietly gathered herbs and refined spirit pills, one for external wounds, one for internal. With a measure of dragon's saliva from the dragon Killin, he tempered the medicine further. The dragon Killin glanced at his battered state, but said nothing. It remained crouched at the village entrance, appearing to guard, though its stillness carried more indifference than vigilance. Duty and Devil King lay nearby, unmoving, bound in place. Jinma rested. Night passed. No one returned. The next day, the village remained empty. His ribs and back had largely healed, though his lungs still ached with each breath. Walking slowly, regulating his breathing, he let the injury mend in silence. His thoughts drifted. After the new year, would he be 15? Or 16? Granny Sai believed he had been born before the new year. Village chief insisted after. Each year they argued without resolution. It would likely be the same again. A faint buzzing interrupted his thoughts. Jinma raised his head. Golden insects drifted from the forest, circling the village before vanishing again. More followed, moving in quiet patterns. His gaze sharpened. The woman from 3 Wonders Castle has arrived. Her insects were no ordinary creatures, venomous, hardened like steel, able to bite through spirit weapons. In great numbers, they could devour a person in an instant. Chinmu turned without hesitation. Better to meet her outside. He entered apothecary's shop and retrieved a broken pot. Inside, 2 scorpions clashed their tails, lashing as they fought over spirit pills. Carrying the pot, he walked to the riverside. The dragon Killin glanced at him. "What are you going to do? Fight?" Again, the dragon Killin muttered. "Try not to come back in pieces." By the river, golden insects gathered. They spread across the surface like a sheet of light. Large fish leapt from the water to feed, only to be swarmed and stripped to bone in an instant. Chinma watched quietly. A voice came from downstream. "Cult master of Heavenly Devil Cult." He turned. A woman stood upon a vast swarm of insects, carried forward like a drifting cloud of gold. Among them, a larger female insect bore her weight. She was strikingly beautiful, so much so that one might forget the countless deadly creatures surrounding her. Chinma smiled gently. "How may I address Big Sister?" Kyue regarded him with curiosity. "You hold supremacy beneath the heavens, yet speak so politely to an enemy." "In great ruins, I am only a child of the village," Chinmu replied. "If Big Sister lets go of her grievance, you may come celebrate the new year with us." Kyuye's expression shifted. "After killing you, I will return home for New Year." Her voice faltered. "My home no longer exists." Her gaze darkened as she spoke of Daxiang City, of the destruction of 3 Wonders Castle, of her teacher's death, of her family executed as rebels. "You were the one who mobilized Heavenly Devil Cult," she said softly. "Should I not kill you?" Chinmu sighed. "You should. But when you chose rebellion, you should have known its end. Righteousness must be upheld," she replied, stepping forward. "Even at the cost of life." Shonme gave a slight nod. "Then there is nothing more to say." "Please." Her sleeves fluttered. The swarm surged. Countless insects rushed toward him, some expanding to monstrous size, others shrinking into near invisibility, each more dangerous than the last. Chin Me opened the pot. Vital ki poured forth. The two scorpions leapt out, swelling to enormous size. Their dark shells gleamed with strange runes as an oppressive aura spread. The swarm fell from the sky like rain. Kyuyue's face changed. She turned to flee. A scorpion's tail lashed out like a chain. In a single strike, she was pierced. Chinma stood in silence. The scorpions tore at her remains before he called them back. They shrank and returned to the pot, resuming their quiet struggle. Nothing remained of her. He carried the pot back to the village. The dragon Killin looked at him but said nothing. Chinmu set the pot aside, then dragged Dutian Devil King over and beat him without restraint. Fists kicks, even wind and lightning. Pieces scattered from the statue. "When did I offend you?" the Devil King muttered weakly. Chinmu exhaled. The weight in his chest eased. Then a shout came from outside. "The Heavenly Devil Cult Master is here. Hurry." Chinmu's expression darkened. He entered Granny C's room, took her copper mirror and stepped out. A group of divine arts practitioners rushed toward him. He raised the mirror. Light spread. Their souls scattered instantly, bodies falling lifeless from the sky. Chinmu returned the mirror to its place and stood quietly in the village. "Will they not even let me have a peaceful new year?"